this battle is not going well for the British at all. They have lost another ship, their highest scoring, highest pointed destroyer at 59 points. So they have lost the game. So I guess technically, well, anyway, so here's the thing. So they've lost the game because if I sink both ships, I would only have 140, and they've already got 150 plus. It's like 160 or something. So the British have lost the battle. So now I guess they would technically escape, because here's the situation. We got these guys coming on here. Let's see what the damage is of the ships. The Hero has 0 damage. They're perfectly fine. The Bandinieri has 9 damage, 9 damage, and some guns out. They're losing their guns slowly but surely. And they took out Ilex this turn. This guy here, Kaluri, has 5 damage and a gun out. He has 3 damage and a gun out. And this guy, Sydney, they finally got within range, and they took 17 damage this turn. A fire, which they were able to put out, and then flooding, which their crew failed, took 4 more damage, and now are severely listing. So I think they're going to withdraw from battle, because that's what you would do. Because there's no, so they have withdraw from battle rules, and let's see what happens. So I'll be right back. They fight on. They're just going to stick it out. So okay. I mean, holy cow! This turn, the tables have turned a little bit. Now the Italians are still going to win on victory points unless the British can sink these ships. Now I rolled for command. I think I came back. Yeah. So this guy, I was able to turn this guy. It's my one good move so far as the British. I turned this guy around so that none of the guns could hit him on the Italian thing. So that was pretty awesome. So the Italian was like this close. He could not hit him with any of his guns because they were all destroyed. He fired with some guns, hit him, and then he fired a torpedo. Now I did the torpedo wrong. He actually hit two torpedoes. And the torpedo does the damage of the length of it. So that is 21. And if they get under the value, they only do half damage. So I technically did like 30 damage or something that turn. If not 30, I did 21. Blew him out of the water. Like took him way over. So hero of the day there. 70 points to the British. Now here, this is fascinating. So this is all coming around. These two guys kind of shot at each other. He did some damage here, and I did some damage on him. Oh no, it was the other ship I did damage to. But he did get some damage and some firing. But then this guy fired his guns, didn't do anything. Oh, he did actually damage another turret. And then he fired a torpedo. Again, a hit. 21, no. It was half damage. I'm rolling really low on some of those hits. So it's half damage, but it took him up to, he's got 17. So he's got 3 points left. The Sydney has 8 points left, down to speed 4. So, and I just rolled for the Italians to see if they would leave to try to get out of the battle. They passed, their commander's staying, he's going for the fight. So here we go, the British have won the command roll. Let's see what happens, I'll be right back. Oh my goodness, what a colossal ending this was. So the Italian ship, Coglione, sorry everybody, against the Sydney. He got up there to cross the T's. They fired, blasted away each other. First the Sydney fired. Now, if I was following the rules, as I saw them, but I didn't do this the whole game because I felt like it was a little strange that they changed it. Fire simultaneous, and I think it should continue to be simultaneous, even when you're doing alternating things. I don't know why that would change it. So if someone can tell me why they think that would change it, and if you don't understand what I mean, I'll try to explain it in another video. But anyway, so the fire is simultaneous. The Sydney sinks the Coglione. Oh boy, sorry. Where's Al when Dan when I need him? Does damage, hits him, causes a fire, doesn't matter. I just put it on there just to test all the different critical hits. Ends up doing up to 20, so a total of 25 damage to the ship. It sinks. But they fire simultaneously. It's hitting the Sydney. He wiped out the Sydney with 3 hits, totaling up his total damage. Gave him a fire that they couldn't put out, another 2 damage. Fire control room actually on this guy took out one of his guns. A fire control hit on this guy took out his main gun. And then a fire started. So all that flooding didn't help, but the fire still caused it. And so then the total hits on Sydney was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 31 out of 28. So super close, both of them. In fact, that fire, now the fire didn't take, so 31, that's 3 over. So I thought, so something caused another, but they were super close. I mean, he rolled awesome. Like, that's a lot of hits. It could have, Sydney could have survived. Anyway, that was awesome. So they both go down in a blaze of glory. So we have left the Havoc with some damage, the Hero with no damage, looking good, sailing home. So I guess it's a British win then. I tried to get the Italians to leave the battle. The Italians got more victory points, so I guess they kind of won. They won a bigger, like the campaign. They got more points in the campaign, I guess, if I was doing that. But the British won this particular battle because they had 2 surviving destroyers, but they lost the Sydney. So let's look at the points. All right, so if I'm doing the math right, it's 264. The Sydney lost, the Ilex lost, the Hyperion lost, and the Hasty, 256. The Italians, 70 and 70 for 140, but they have no ships left in the battle. I don't know what to do with that, but I mean, so the British won the battle. But again, I think the Italians kind of won that, kind of campaign, for lack of a better word, because they did more, serious damage in the long run. So I think if you were to do a campaign, you kind of could keep track of the points that way, like, total tonnage destroyed or something, morale and all that stuff. So I don't know if I was doing that right, but I was trying to roll some commands so these guys would leave the battle, but because you can do it voluntarily. If the bridges hit, you have to roll a command value. But if you want to voluntarily do it, you can. It doesn't really get into it, so I don't know how that affects like a campaign if they like pull away from the battle. And then what you do is you see if they make it home undamaged. So that way you're not like just running away. It kind of saves some time. So that was really fun. I had a really good time. There's some things I could do. I need to remember, like superstructure hits and some of the armor penetration rolls. And a little bit there's lots of little details I could get, but man, that was fun, dude. So that's that. Sorry for the shaky cam. Anyway, awesome. Battle of Spada. Again, I'm going to call it a win for the British, but Pyrrhic victory, I believe, is the word for that. Pyrrhic? I think it's Pyrrhic. Anyway, that's great. I love it. I love the little details of flooding, listing, fire control. Good stuff. See ya.